Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, pardon me as I attempt to straighten everything out in my brains, but it is showtime. Figured we'd start off here again at Tequatl, because it's about that time and it's good XP. So that's what we're going to do. Veggie pizza? You gotta be on drugs, man. Veggie pizza. A cheese pizza? Which is, I guess, technically a vegetarian veggie pizza. Although, not really. It's certainly not vegan. It's got cheese, so it's not really a vegetarian. It doesn't have any vegetables, unless you want to count, like, the grain that goes into making the pizza crust. Doesn't really have vegetables, so it's not a veggie pizza. Veggie pizza presumably is going to have specifically veggies. And there's very few of those I like. I'm renewed. I used to be nude, but now I'm renewed. Yeah. We've got about 2 minutes until we get there's something in the water, and then the something that's in the water comes out of the water. I'd never noticed we've got lightning behind these clouds. I don't know if that's an environmental that is unique to Tequatl and normally isn't there. I actually have no idea. We don't have it over there. Tequatl comes like from out about there. Hey, Lone Star Wolf. Mushroom clove sous vide. Ew. First mushrooms and clove as a primary ingredient. Thank you. And sous vide for mushrooms? That doesn't even make sense. It's meant to get meat to a particular doneness. No more, no less. Mushrooms? Maybe there are dishes with mushrooms in them that are sous vide, but I can't imagine there is a dish where one of the selling points is, mushroom sous vide. Oh, we have rolled over. It is 5 p.m. Pacific. Oops. There we go. They won't let me get it because I'm at over 1,300. So I've got to cash something in first. We'll go with the ascended weapon chest, I suppose.
Safe from harm.
I'm safe from harm now. Evidently. And let's see if they have fixed the goddamn trading post or not. Nope. Trading post's been down for like an hour. Not completely down. I bought something and it didn't appear, and then 5 minutes later it appeared after I bought a second one. So one of the two appeared. But we're basically, it's the trading house now. As far as I know, they didn't do any system work, so why all of a sudden it's down, couldn't tell you.
I feel furious.
I couldn't see the shockwave. Acting weird for a while. I mean, I'll take your word for it. Most of the time, the only thing I'm doing on it is just selling some, relative junk. Oh, okay, splashy time. Should be there. I can see it now. I couldn't actually see it. I could only see where people were getting knocked over. Get out of the poop. Alright, it's coming again, and this time I can actually see it. I'll try to res this person. Whoops, okay. Here it comes again, and jump. I wish them Godspeed, but they were in that red zone, I think, so yeah, probably dead. Alright, the hard part is done. Where did that guy? He just vanished. Have I done something else? Have I finished a daily? I dodged. I didn't dodge those, I jumped over them. That's not dodging. It's not dodging. I mean, it's just not.
May the sands take you.
May the sands take you. Maybe out to a nice dinner or something. That would be cool. Well, it's essentially never coming back. It seems to only return with the asking price. The buy-ask price.
I won't summon done.
We're out of time. We've got 23 seconds. We'll see if we're going to get the, yep, there she is. I assume it's a she, the Hypnos. I don't actually know.
Swift and steady.
Doom, 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 doom. And there comes Tequatl, the invisible laser beam. That would be a nice quality of life thing. They could actually make that show up.
Locken, you're in my sights. Nothing can save you.
I can't furious.
This is the end.
And Tequatl will now run away.
All available forces to the battle. Guard them while we bring the cannon online. Target is in the air.
Target is in the air.
Sharper still.
Western batteries under attack. Protect them.
Safe from harm.
Yes, I deployed projectiles. Or I shot things, if you prefer. That's a simple way of saying it.
I make a pretty good team.
Look, I hit her with my knockback, and that did, like, no. Break bar damage.
Oh, that
Don't know why, but I'm pretty sure
Eastern battle.
it was not Nox's fault. Let's see if we can summon not Nox. I have cast my summon not Nox spell. Doesn't work very often, but today could be the day. Should have gone with my summon Lone Star Wolf spell, as that one never fails. And then one day,
Train all weapons on the beast. Bring it down.
bring it down.
I feel strength of the pack.
I feel strength of the pack, I feel furious, you know, things. And Tequatl will now, once again, fly away briefly. Albeit.
All available forces to the battle. Start them while we bring the cannon online. Target is in the air. Repeat.
Target is in the air. Got a couple of them.
Cover the eastern battle. We can't lose.
I feel furious. Away. Hold the line.
Now I'm running around pointlessly. I hit something. Go me.
The enemy is assaulting the northern battle. Stop them.
I hit some more things. I'm helping.
You never saw this coming.
You never saw this coming. I have no idea what the hell my character is talking about.
I feel furious. Safe from harm.
The western battle is under attack. Protect.
We've got about 20 seconds until Tequatl shows back up and we finish him off in very fast time. If he doesn't show up until 1 past, and we're at 10 past right now, basically a sub 10 minute kill, that's very, very fast.
Train all weapons on the beast. Bring it down.
Because most of the non-Tequatl stuff is very strictly time-gated.
Strength of the pack. It's all skill and
Sub 10 minute.
rare loot.
And Ding 72, by the way. That's not much better. That's somewhat better. Those are significantly better pants. Yeah, we're going to go with the pants, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to go with the pants. Can I sell the crap that I've got cluttering up my inventory yet? Come on, ArenaNet, seriously, what are you doing? Got all this crap in my inventory that I wanted to sell. Logged in early so that I could deal with it all. And guess what? Nope. We got a new hat. It's better than our old hat. At least base stat-wise. 669 short bow is better than the short bow we've currently got, at least stat-wise. Can't use that. Can't use that. We'll sell that. If we can find a vendor. If regular freaking vendors are working. When I worked in a multi-million-dollar computer center headlined by a $20 million Cray computer, when we had downtime, expected or unexpected, it was really simple. Any of the gateway computers people would go through to get to the $20 million Cray, you put a banner message up. They log in, it says, "We're sorry, the Cray is experiencing downtime. We it is being worked on, we don't currently have an estimated time, we'll keep you updated." With a timestamp, and you update that timestamp every 10 or 15 minutes so that it gives them the illusion that they're informed. They're not actually informed, but they feel like they're involved. They feel like the people who are working on it are aware of the fact that they need it to do their jobs. Sadly, much to my surprise, I've never yet seen a game company do anything along those lines. They'll give you a notification every few hours when there's an outage. We're still working on it, no ETA yet. G'day, wowie? Is it, well, it's probably, let's see. I can never keep my time straight for the Antipodes, for the Australian and New Zealander friends. But I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
Begin destruction protocol.
Users will call and stop by your office and say, "Did you know stuff is down?" Absolutely they will. But if their notification that it's down includes that timestamp, if they can see 8 minutes ago, Lens in the computer center put notifications up on all of the gateway computers in a banner message saying, "We know it's down, we don't have an ETA, we're working on it, we'll keep you updated." And in fact, we'll keep them updated by updating the timestamp, and that's pretty much it. That is true, we did expect them to read. Possibly that was overly optimistic. I have to grant you that. That goes there. Oh, we got all of those new pieces. Well, we've got just like 3 new pieces or 4 new pieces of attire, and you know that means that we get a bunch of dye possibilities. That one.
Now I shall break you.
That one. And that one. And that was key. It was just making the users feel like they were informed. You're not really telling them anything they don't already know.
That's valuable.
What else do we got? Those, that. All right. And it is a minimal amount of effort to do so. Really minimal. So it would be nice if on login there was a little banner message or pop up in the chat saying, "We understand we're having some latency issues with the Black Lion Trading Post. Please bear with us as we fix it. We'll keep you updated." Even if it's a lie when they say they'll keep us updated. 625 Warhorn is better.
Threshold achieved.
Next up is the green.
You rarely see one of those.
You rarely see one of those. Torch. 619 torch. Better. Dagger, 693. I'm going to bet that's better than at least one of those. If not both. Answer, it was both. Focus, that ain't for us.
This is most remarkable.
We don't use foci around here. So much loot. Can't use. Could use. Not as good. 706 short bow. Slightly better. Can't use 719. Even slightly better. 477. 641. That one could go. This one gets saved for later.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
I tend to forget how plentiful the rewards are from Tequatl when you're leveling.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
That's valuable.
Is it though? Is it? I can't use. Sword 748. That's a great sword. Where's the regular sword? 748. Yep. That is 169 versus over 200. We'll use the new one. Consume the sip of liquid karma.
Power flow at 30%.
It comes and goes.
Rerouting.
Sorry. Alright, those all go away. That goes away, that goes away. Now we have these three. Champion boxes, those go away. Can't use. 693, the other one. It's just in my nature, despite the fact I won't be using, say, daggers anytime before I hit the level cap, to keep everything updated in case I change my mind. No, we don't want that. We want to actually put it away. Oh. There we are. There we are. And then we've got 3 of the bonus boxes of goods. Come on. Got some trade goods, some stuff, some other stuff, and then the super rares. Heart of the Conura would be cool. No. Nope. Zippity-doo-dah. Well, that's life. And we have 2 more freaking stacks of stuff that I would normally love to sell on the auction house, but I can't. Because the auction house isn't working. And I was incorrect. It's not even returning total price. Or price is correct for buyer or seller. It's always giving me the exact same thing. In other words, the last thing I successfully sold. Right. Okay. I think I was going to head to Gendarin Fields forever. I do have a lot, but it will go away like that. I need to basically get a couple of gifts of battle and either start making some more legendary weapons or put it together for legendary armor. And if you want to watch your money evaporate, start making legendaries. That's a couple years of saving up for making more legendaries. Probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years of just saving up just for that purpose, to make more legendaries. Trading post only worked for you a few times this afternoon. Yeah, it's screwed up. And I know that things break, believe me. Believe me, I know. But, other than a thread halfway down the front page for Guild Wars 2, hey, is a trading post working? That's the only notification I've seen of it. Yes, they've made you broke. That's the end result. Unless you have all of them done, you always have another one to make. I right now have 2 of the weapons, 3 light armor pieces. I have 6 runes and 2 sigils and the relic. And I think that's it. which sounds like an enormous amount, but I kind of started. My first one was Twilight. That's no real surprise. And then I went from there with the relics and sigils based on the fact that because I play so many characters, those would be of value to all of my characters. Whereas the armor will be usable by 1/3 and the weapons by not all of them. My second legendary weapon is the sword, and that is obviously usable by all. My next legendary weapon will be the spear.
Might and glory.
Because everybody can use it. It's that simple. Got a shitload of characters. Making the focus is less useful than making a sword or a spear. But the quality of life they give is just so big. And really, I've only made 2 of the armor pieces. I made the light armor pants and chest. I got the gloves from the Fractal redo. Gen 1 spear is cheaper, yeah, for sure. Did we finish? We did. I have a carrot.
Now I shall break you.
I mean, it wasn't long ago when I was making my first batch of legendary items that I have a second account, and I was doing stuff on both accounts to get the money to finish paying off for making the sigils. Runes. It was the runes first. I did the runes and then 2 sigils. I think that they are a ideal implementation of an idea, legendaries, for a game like Guild Wars 2. I don't think they fit in every game because you don't really get any sort of competitive advantage. And in most games, people are, they'll do a little bit for some cosmetics. But here, it's all about the quality of life that the legendaries give. Pardon the yawn. It's been such a rough day. Woke up. That was pretty much it. That was the end of the hard part. Need Gift of Exploration, but you're too lazy to complete the map. See, I'm a firm believer, as someone who has 3 full map completions, and so I still have 4 Gifts of Exploration sitting in my bag. My understanding is it is much easier to get Gifts of Battle. I'm not much of a World v. Worlder. Obviously, I've done some, because I've got 2. Is that because there are more of the Gifts of Battle than Exploration, 2 players ought to be able to trade, let's say, your Gift of Battle and a few gold for my Gift of Exploration. This gives both of us what we want. It doesn't break the market because we still have to play the game a lot to get these things. it recognizes the market value is slightly higher for a gift of exploration than a gift of battle, and we get more leges. Now, if need be, what they could do to reduce it as being a money-making thing is to make it so that any of the legendaries made with traded gifts are bound. 7 gobs sitting in your bank. Yeah, that's not that unusual for players who enjoy the World v. World. It's actually pretty common to have a lot of those. And so, my guess is any one of them who's interested in legendaries will be willing to trade some amount of gold and a gift of battle, or maybe 2 gifts of battle instead, for a gift of exploration. Now, if you make the weapons that are made with those items bound, then there is no incentive for selling the parts for any other reason. Created conflicts, it was 5? Wow. That's painful. But then I've heard the tales of woe from those who have made some of the various legendary bits and pieces. For instance, those who didn't have a rune, a legendary rune, when they rolled out the legendary relic. As the number of times I've heard friends say, God, I wish I just made 1 rune. And I had all 6 at the time. Initially, it was going to be, they were basically going to give you a crafting discount.
I'll never tire of you. Even centaurs can't come between us. Animals forever.
Based on how many you had.
Let's go back inside.
The implication being, I think, if you had 7 or 8, it would have been 7. You would have gotten it for free. All right, I need to beat up
Do my best.
these guys. Come on, your turn too. Let's go. And you. Let's go.
They both start strengthen you.
I think that's enough for me. I better go sit down.
Wow, he gave up really easy.
I'll be feeling that tomorrow.
All right, they're going to start the Bruit Veteran.
I deserve
I'll hop in. I didn't realize conflicts took that many.
The sun was in my eyes.
Did they not activate them?
I think I have bruises where the sun does shine, feeling this.
Art complete. We're 15% done with the map.
I can't believe it.
My standard way of leveling characters is just doing map completions. Yeah, it is the World v. World one. Yeah, I guess that does make a lot more sense, really. If you're doing the bits and pieces for Conflux, you're probably, as a side effect, coming away with some number of gifts of battle, or at least if you're putting a little bit of your progress track, time, and energy in, you're probably getting a good number. I have done some World v. World. I don't dislike it, but neither do I really like it. So I have a hard time motivating myself to play it. Ew. Gross. Or if you prefer, grody. Burn, maggots, burn.
Furious! We heal as one. Might and glory.
I don't think there's much glory in killing maggots. Either you hope there's a group zerging, or not, you can roam. Yeah, obviously the best way is if you can get into the zerg. Me, basically what I did was escorting yaks and grabbing flag points, close to one of the cities or fortresses where there wasn't really much going on, and basically just camping those. Slow, safe,
Glory.
consistent, not requiring an enormous amount of my attention. Of which, sadly, I have less and less as I get older.
I feel furious.
Another heart. 23% done with the map. Getting close to level 73. We already have 2 levels tonight. I have been doing raiding as well, so I mean, I do have some number of the components, but if I want to start making the raid armor, I need to pay attention to the Envoy armor collection, and that sounds a bit like work. And the doctors tell me I shouldn't work, that I'm allergic.
You will be broken.
Maybe I'll be broken. Maybe I won't be broken. We got anything else in here? No, I don't think so. I think we can just boogie on out.
Alert!
Still an Envoy Armor 1? Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 of the collection parts for that. I mean, I've got a significant number of LI. I just haven't been paying much attention to allergic to death. Well, yeah, it ruins my day when I die. So I generally avoid dying. I mean, if we check... I have almost 2,000 magnetite shards. So, I mean, I've been raiding a good chunk over the course of the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. In fact, I'll be doing raid later this evening.
Entering combat. I feel furious.
Oh, did I already? Oh, I got the tincture. Let me turn myself into a delightful ooze. Just do the LFG. Yeah, I'm part of a static with a bunch of way cooler Guild Wars 2 streamers than me. Engelbert Meow, Madagon, Malcolmus TV, Amavera, Gwenakame, just a whole bunch.
I gave it my all.
And it's fun, but I admit that I am having some issues, not the people by any means, but because so much of the raid content is heavily telegraphed. And I'm having increasing problems seeing anything amongst the raid spam. And this is getting me killed pretty frequently. And it's frustrating as hell, you know. I see something, I think I dodged it, but I didn't, and it downs me, maybe kills me, and I don't know why. It's just frustrating for the old man. I missed something in here? I guess not. That's why I don't stream it. That is exactly why I don't stream it. I streamed it once or twice. Good morning. But I get frustrated. When I get frustrated, my language can become quite infelicitous. And in general, when I'm frustrated, I turn into far more of an asshole than I normally am. And so I don't want to stream myself being a jerk. And no one sees it, and I can just be a jerk in and around myself. It's much less of a problem. So you have indeed hit on the exact reason why I don't stream it. I'm not comfortable enough with my play and doing the raids. You know, this kind of stuff I can do in my sleep. Map completion, leveling up. Yeah, I have a lot of experience. I'm going to be stupid and kill a whole bunch of them at once. Successfully kill a whole bunch of them at once, by the way. Alright, 73. 7 to go.
This is most remarkable.
It's not all that remarkable. We've got... Where'd I miss it? Now it's down there in the middle somewhere. Fortunately, map completions don't require the jumping puzzles. That's not entirely true. One of the dredge maps, you have to reach one of the POIs, you have to do the jumping puzzle. Which, by the way, I think is extraordinarily bad design. I think there's also at least one in the latest expansion, VOE, where it's gated. Map completion is gated behind a jumping puzzle. And that's just really terrible because I'm an old fart, okay? I can manage the jumping puzzles for now. How many more years? I don't know. Now, imagine if I was disabled or had some other issue with mobility or dexterity, and all of a sudden I've been playing this game and enjoying it, and now suddenly there's a thing I can't do. I just think it's a dreadful choice on somebody's part to have that be a thing. The jumping puzzles I approve of wholeheartedly. They're not content I'm especially good at, but I'm okay. But I don't think I'm going to be okay for too many more years. And putting anything other than the jumping puzzle and, I guess, completion rewards and titles and stuff behind the jumping puzzle is bullshit. And that should never be a thing. I can manage them, and I do have the jumping puzzle old man's best friend, the prototype positional rewinder. I could even do Chalice of Tears with that. Well, with that and Iron Maiden's Guide. Thank you, Ian. Buccaneer Pirate. Not for long. Hi! Catch!
Might and glory.
I'm mighty glorious, that's for sure. Everyone says that about me.
Oh, my leg.
Oh, cripples. We hate you. Mobs that cripple, we hate you. We all hate you. Nobody likes you.
We heal as one.
What now?
Not even close to being enough notes to make up the difference. Yo ho, yo ho. A pirate's life for me.
Might and glory.
A champion. I don't think this is going to go well for me. My cat is attacking him. He's not taking any actual damage.
Go for the throat.
We'll leave champion Captain Wily on his own for now.
Live and let live? Nah, live and get rich.
I kind of like his pirate ethos. Live and let live? Nah, live and get rich. He's a simple man with a simple plan. Can't really argue with it. Heart complete. 38% done on the map. Did we get some hero points? All right, we're going in. Got to get the POI. Got it. Not a fan of the jumping puzzles, Aussie Bogan? Understandable. Like I said, I can manage a large number of them. But I don't think, I think they should be content in and of themselves. They should not be any kind of gateway to any kind of content. It would be like putting math puzzles in the game and putting content behind it. I'm good at math puzzles. Not everyone is.
I feel human strength of the path.
Well fought. Now get out there and do some good in the
Platforming is most certainly not your forte. I would agree that for me, the 3D platforming, definitely not. I was better certainly at, let's go Sonic the Hedgehog. But with practice, I've gotten, like I said, I can manage most. They can be sometimes extraordinarily frustrating. And I just firmly don't believe they should ever be any kind of blocker for any other content. Original Guild Wars doesn't even have a jump button. It has a jump command though. Doesn't actually do anything other than cosmetically. Pardon the yawn again. I don't know what it is with me, man. Well, I think I know what it is. Because I blab so damn much. I'm a talker. You may not have noticed.
Target is
Oh, I didn't do my dies. I have let you all down, and I feel appropriate amounts of shame.
You know anything about that rough looking Nord?
Butter. We've gotten a number of new pieces of attire, and the rule around here is we get a new item of attire, we randomly re-roll. I'm going to randomly re-roll until I get something I like, as we've gotten like 5 tonight. Okay? I actually like that because I either want it to be awful or actually kind of cool. And this one's kind of cool. The metal looks like metal. The colors are relatively subtle. We have white, lead, seraphim. Seraphim's a nice dye. And then a little bit of Legionnaire for the buckles on my boots. All right, this heart, train in the individual. Yeah, this one is it. This is one of those hearts that's just so much better when the event is going on. Normally, I just face the bear repeatedly.
Might and glory.
Exit. Go back in and face the bear again. Poor bear. And that's it. I am a bear murder machine.
Might and glory. We heal as one.
Oh, I fat fingered, guys. I feel shame over it. Not especially interesting content we got going on right here
Might and glory.
in River City. But you do enough key farms and enough characters leveling up, you find an awful lot of optimal paths. What? You whatted? I accept my fate and keep just attacking things. It's bears. Bears for days. Some people find this game unbearable. I can barely believe it. A strange song. For me?
Might and
It would
glory.
be a strange and discordant song, I can assure you of that. I might have quoted a song, that's the kind of thing I do a lot without even really thinking about. Yay, hard complete. Interact, leave.
I'll get them good and ready. They'll have fire in their bellies and lightning in their eyes.
Oh, is he going to do this now? Right towards 718. The old one's 554. The new one is better.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
Heartbender over there. Yeah, I will rattle off song lyrics, lines from movies and TV shows. I've described it as my mouth has a sub-processor for my brain, and my mouth will spit things out and my brain isn't aware of it.
I'll see you around.
And do we finally have the trading post working? We've got the trading post working, guys. I always wonder when a game has some sort of odd outage, like that one. You know, there hasn't been a patch for days. All of a sudden, the Black Lion Trading Company stops working. I always wondered, okay, what's the after-action report look like on this one? And we very seldom get them from games. Where they're very rarely will they go into why we had this problem. One of the things I actually like about the big internet providers is whenever they have an outage, and you know that can be Google has an outage or AT&T has an outage, any of them have any sort of significant outage, they always have an after action report that they make public. I just find those very, very interesting reading, having been through a lot of similar stuff myself. With things either suddenly breaking or the sudden discovery that something that never was supposed to work in the first place was working. That one always was really confusing. Is when you look something up as why does this break? And the documentation is quite clear that it never should have worked in the first place. And when I first started working at a particular tech company, they were a Mac and Unix shop, and were adding PCs for PC development. And I was hired in to take care of some of the PC support and also Mac and Unix because I had experience in all three and getting them all to work together. Specifically, it was with Windows 3.11, Windows for Workgroups. And occasionally, Windows for Workgroups did not, at that time, did not have TCP/IP, the standard network protocol for the entire internet. So one of the things I was doing was installing a TCP/IP stack on Windows. But sometimes we would see a Windows machine that could see a Windows share on a completely different network in the company, despite the fact that the Windows default networking protocol was not routable and not routed, and it was going through a router. In other words, it was basically going through a piece of equipment it couldn't go through. Oh, am I a nerd? The short version is, it was going through a piece of equipment it couldn't go through. How? I still do not know to this day. Shouldn't have been able to see any shared servers on that other subnet, but we could.
Might and glory.
Imagine getting paid for Windows 3.1.1 support. Man, am I old. Open all those. Put all those away, except for the butter. Everybody seems to have butter. Everyone in this world seems to carry
PC's most remarkable.
multiple butter around with them.
Stay out of trouble.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with butter. Butter's delicious. Time to kill some Ettins.
Might and glory.
Yeah, I'm not sure the cold breath is going to do anything to Ettins when they're sitting around here with their junk dangling down inside of their loincloths. And apparently they're okay with that, which is a little troubling.
Anything to report?
Here, have some stolen supplies. By the way, how on earth are these cave trolls and the Ettins, how are they stealing your supplies? The Ettins are just sneaking into the fort? I press F to doubt. All right, we got a hero point in here. Heart complete. 56% done with the map. Another level. That's 4 today, I think. Tray of zucchini bread. Anyone who wants to eat any of my spoils will have to survive the zucchini bread first. Scarlet's armies are invading the area.
Safe from harm.
Those appear on the map. Yeah, up there. I know generally those are good XP when it's the Awakened. I don't know about Scarlet's, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. Because we're, you know, trying to XP. Go there.
Strength of the pack.
The old school PvP mechanic of having to actually put a stake through the heart of them. Ah, that was dumb. I was dumb. I admit it. I'm not proud, but, you know. Oh, big boy. Champion. Eek.
Safe from harm.
Do not like. Got too many friends. Oh, that's not good.
Ready, willing, and
Something rallied. I am grateful for that, but thinking this thing might be out of the range of me and this one other player.
I'm here.
2 other players? More other players? Okay.
We heal as one. I feel furious.
I feel furious!
Go for the throat.
Not sure what. Oh, is he? He must be reflecting. Launches grenades. Reflective shield. There it is. Reflecting is what he is. Well, this thing doesn't have reflective, so and it's also just shooting random shit everywhere that doesn't seem to ever miss unless I dodge. I've decided this is not my favorite critter in the game. Alright, we're going in. We're going to try. Everybody's got downed. I'm at a very small amount of life. I need to heal up. I'll see if I can get other people up. I'm dubious, but I will try. Who's... Alright, them. How about them? Got one of them up. Evidently, yep, yeah, they are up. Try and get another one. Ow. Okay, somebody took a hit there. Jack Reacher. I think his name's Jack, isn't it?
My pet has suffered terrible wounds.
My pet has suffered terrible wounds. Well, let's swap pets then, shall we?
You. A splendid combination. I feel furious. Strength of the pack. Assistance needed.
I'm spinning to win. Oh, is this the present from the gift from Scarlet? Anyone know what that does?
Now I shall break you.
Let's see. Throw that away.
Now I shall break you.
Help me.
Oh, Reacher's down again. We'll bring it. He opened the present. He opened the present. Yeah, I'm just going to throw mine away. It kills you. New shoulders, new dies.
Begin disruption protocol. Threshold achieved.
Now we
As I
head
suspected, no contest.
back down to there.
You there? Do you have a moment?
No, I do not have a moment. I'm busy. Bugger off, kids, you bother me. Got the heart done. We need to get the hero point and POI in here.
Might and glory. We heal as one. Come here.
Let's swap back to Lancelot. That's a joke no one is going to get. Many, many years ago, I'm going to say in the area of 55 years ago, there was a show on, I think on Saturdays for kids. Basically, it was a James Bond spoof about a secret agent chimpanzee named Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp. Sort of a homage to Get Smart. And Get Smart had Agent 99 and Lancelot Link. Had Mata Hari.
Furious! Strength of the pack. I make a pretty good team.
They were both chimpanzees. But Lancelot Link, and my pet here is, of course, a lynx. Lancelot Lynx secret. Never mind. Like I said, you gotta be really old or into obscure TV to get that reference. Can we go over the mountain? I don't even remember. I think so. Is the spider down here? Yeah. The veteran spooter. I have trained a juvenile eagle. Okay. Good to know. We'll now turn around and trade our eagle back for Lancelot. Today is okay so far. We're 4 levels in. I am dubious we're going to make the level 80 goal unless I eat a couple of XP books, which I may do. Jumping puzzle in there, I think. Which is why there's no flying allowed. Well, Slug here looks like he could use some help, so
Might and glory.
we're going to help Slug.
I feel furious. Strength of the pack.
I didn't even have to res Slug. He's just suddenly feeling better. You did it. I did it, you idiots.
Uh-oh.
Kids today.
Trouble. Rumson gear adventures. We're going home.
You can fly, if you've got access, you can fly at level 1. Okay, yeah, actually level 2. You get out of the tutorial and into the world at level 2. If you've got access to the flying mount, you can fly. Well, that's way better than the one we currently have equipped. So we'll use that, because it's better.
This is most remarkable.
It is an account-wide unlock. Any of the mounts you've unlocked on one character are unlocked on all. Well, in the same account. I'll grab that. What is it exactly that makes a bush suspicious? I don't know, but we've got a number of suspicious bushes. Oh. The pirate hiding inside, perhaps? Perhaps.
Might and glory.
Excellent security guards. You guys are doing bang-up jobs. You know, except for all the pirates in the bushes. Oh, okay. They're not all pirates all the time. You can have pygmy moas in there, too. Oh, somebody was cleaning up and missed a spot. I tell you, it is so hard to get good help these days. In my experience, a lot of times these traps will go off before you actually get the UI element to pop up for disarming them. It's irritating. See, pirate trap, right? Okay, pirate trap, getting a little closer, Okay, this time we did in fact get the disarm UI. That one I completely ignored and accidentally double tapped to roll forward. Oops. Don't be me. Hello, Mistress Broga. Servant, why don't you clean up this missed spot? Really, we can't take you people anywhere. You missed the cleanup spots? That's what your job is. Grab this, and we will be, what, 65%, I'm guessing? 70%. Done with the map. Select your defeat. Now, a few levels ago, we got 3 items, and it wasn't a choose. They gave us all 3. This time, it's a choose. I don't understand. There are 6 pieces you can get. The previous one gave us 3 out of the 6. This one gives us our choice out of 6. It doesn't make sense to me. To whom do I need to complain about this inconsistency? We're going to take the chest. And we're going to equip it.
Begin disruption protocol.
And we're going to do the dives thing again. Believe me. If yelling at the cloud was a competition, you're looking at world class. That's, I think I'm going to leave it simply because I like the enameled anamnesis in general, but it looks particularly good there. The other colors being refresh, celery, and a little bit of urn. Oh, yelling at the cloud, man. Believe me. It's an art form. You know, a lot of people think it's nothing but complaining, but there's more to it than just complaining. You've got to really feel it. You've got to be a rage-filled, empty, soulless husk to really be good at it. Fortunately, I am well equipped, trained, my senses honed to a razor's edge.
Halt! I say halt! Stop right there!
Hi, Clack of the Brain.
Stop!
Self-titled The Brain. Oh, and yeah, when I get worked up, I know I turn into a complete dickhole. All right, we have now unlocked, well, once we get the XP and hit level 80, we will have unlocked the ability to unlock an elite specialization.
My ears are twitching. Everybody wants to be a
Strength of
pirate.
attack.
Everybody wants to be a pirate? Why? If you're the one giving out the test,
A clap of salute to you.
I'm not impressed.
You're a pirate in the rough, and that's the best kind to be.
I'm a pirate in the rough. That sounds a little bit smutty, I have to say. Good at being a grumpy old man? Well, practice, practice, practice. Although, to be fair, a good amount of my jerkiness is just a natural gift. And
Walden is mad!
oh,
Furious! Walden hates you and the egg you came from!
right, all right, here we go. Oh, whoop, we've got a... Uh-huh. Alright, wait, try that again.
Strength of the pack.
He's gonna kick my tail so hard. I bet my underwater weapons are like level 20. Quaggan was going to kick my tail so hard it slaps me in the face. Didn't work out for Quaggan. Sorry, Quaggan. Life is hard. Wear a helmet. In fact, the water skills level 23 and level 46. I think, occasionally, that there is... Oh, I've already gotten the POI through here. I've already come through here then, okay. Would you? I can't back out, thank you. I can't get out. Drums. Drums in the deep. They are coming. Oakheart Seed. I'm up for the challenge.
Strength of the pack. Had enough?
Knockbacks. Jerks. We are 76 trombones in the big parade. Sorry, I'm being told 76% done. I did not earn that hero point. I did not. I could have sworn I started towards it and then the brain did the brain thing. Old man brains. They are not to be trusted. Oh, the mine. That's right, it's a mine. They call it a mine. A mine! And it's a mine that has an enormous spooter in it, if memory serves. Oh, no, yeah, that somebody's already here fighting the spooter. Me and Mr. Wazzy. And another cat. Wow. Interesting that we, I mean, it's Sunday night. 9:30 Eastern time. And 3 people happen to be at the same hero point at the same time. Just is unusual. People ask, is the game still live? And I'd have to say yes. We're in like a, what is it? It's a 25 to 35 zone, I think. Let's make sure we got all the bits and pieces through here. Pretty sure I have, but you want to be sure. You don't want to miss something. That's a dead end. And we've been through here. Pretty sure. An Anomaly finished in second place in the race. I like their name. Full marks for An Anomaly. Alright, we grab this. We grab the Vista. A friend of mine, a few years ago, decided he wanted to do map completion again on a new character, but he decided that was a little too straightforward. So he decided he was going to do it with no mounts. Okay. And also, no glider. Okay. And no waypoints. In other words, he did it harder than it was at launch. I suspect insanity, perhaps some familial mental disorder, you know, unfortunate genetic setback of some kind, a recent head trauma, maybe, because otherwise I can't explain it.
Might and glory.
Yeah, there are 4 or 5 of us running around in the general vicinity. Unexpected. Of course, there's been a significant bump in interest in the game, at least as best I can tell, since Guild Wars 3 was announced. So I guess it's not that surprising, really. Now, how long's it been since we got a AAA quality Western MMO? New World was the last. And we know how that's going.
Might and glory.
Wake up, Seraph. Hell, I can't remember when the last Western MMO before, you know, New World was. Albion, maybe? And it's primarily PvP, so that's not my preferred variety.
Might and glory.
So we get the beta in probably a little over a year for Guild Wars 3. I would suspect 6 to 9 months after that we'll get full release. I don't remember what the length of time the beta was for Guild Wars 2. I did get into the Guild Wars 2 beta from the earliest you could get it guaranteed by just buying the game. I don't remember it being all that long. While it was in the beta, I had started writing a blog.
This makes me sick.
So, what, 14 years ago? 2012, I think it was? And I wrote a blog for, I don't know, 5 months, something like that, 3 times a week. And that was during the beta period for Guild Wars 2. That was one of the games I played in beta during that period, along with The Secret World as well. Both of those were in beta at that time. And there were a whole lot of others, being worked on. It was a good time to be an MMO player.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
For a bit. Oh, zucchini bread. Gross. But it is funny, the damage and advantage. We at 86%. The damage and advancement that came from the success of WoW. Basically, a whole bunch of companies threw a lot of money at creating MMOs, some more successfully than others. None as successful as WoW, at least in the West. But it also set back MMOs because everyone, nobody wanted to exclude the WoW playing audience. So most of the games, with some exceptions, Guild Wars 2, for example, kind of went with, we'll just make, we won't call it a WoW clone, but functionally it's going to be pretty close. And that's how you get Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars The Old Republic, Final Fantasy XIV, is because nobody wants to give up the possibility of all those people getting tired of WoW wanting to try something else. And so everyone wanted to make their game approachable to a WoW playing audience. Because it was easier to sell to investors, certainly, that, hey, because if you said, no, we're doing everything very, very differently from the way World of Warcraft goes, your average investor or CEO is going to go, why? Why not just take what they're doing and do more of that? We've got one heart left. It's over there. Probably there. There. It's there. Grab the Vista. And we've got pirates to murder.
I don't get why you can't. Yeah, we afraid. And the being
Burn, burn, pirates, burn! I'm sorry, that's a little violent. Of course they are pirates. Cutthroats. Corsairs.
I don't get you gun-toting pick 'em off on a distance dice. Take all the fun bits out of the attack.
Yes, the fun
You think
bits.
Wiley's gang could take us in a fight?
Them shovel-toting koi chasers. Heal as one.
We do heal as one. Captain Slade, kill count. Okay.
Strength of the pack.
How about we finish off the captain with a little bit of fire, Scarecrow? Also, your boat's got a hole, dude. Oh, is he not dead? Oh. Was he down? What's his deal? Quartermaster Kill-All. Oh, look at all these guys. Fine, you guys can go. I killed your bosses.
might and glory.
That's a heart. We're 95% done with the map. Grab that. It's going to be like 97 or 96. Where someone would turn up and beat up your employer. Understandable. I have had those once or twice. Generally, pretty fortunate with my immediate boss. But the boss's boss, not quite as successful. Or the boss's boss's boss, you get it. We've got one to go. We have a waypoint we missed. I always wonder how can I be missing waypoints? But I do. Over there. Yeah, okay. I have, upon occasion, had the pleasure of seeing a terrible boss get his comeuppance. Doesn't happen often, but it happened a couple of times. And seeing one of them play political games and then get fired for it. Oh. It's a delight, I can assure you. Happened your last one was such a joyful experience. Yeah, this one was playing pure political games. And despite being hilariously the VP of IT, IT consisted of 6 people, tried to make a play for the CEO's job. Talk about delusional. It was glorious. Not worth the pain, but it was glorious.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
All right, we have, I believe it is either a 30 or a 33% chance that I open this box and it has a key. We got one yesterday, so the odds say not likely, but random is random. We got a key. This pleases me. A significantly large amount. That's the best conceivable result. I can't wear either of those.
Power flow at 30%.
The power flow is at 30%. We're rerouting. Sell the crap. We'll buy a Black Lion chest, assuming, of course, that the Black Lion trading house is working again, continuing to. Let's check, shall we? Oh, there's the second one of those that I bought. Yeah, I'll just go ahead.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
We will get 2 Black Lion statuettes from opening this box. We will guaranteed 2 commons. The good ones are the unlocks. We got a weapon unlock last night, I think it was. Which are always fun, if not always good. They're always fun because it's gamba upon gamba. We have a 10% chance of an uncommon or better. We hit it last night for 10%. We got one of the Vine Lord Edge Blue ones. One of the ones at the lower value, like the Focus, I think, which was selling for like 8 gold. What I'll do with that one, I'll hold on to it for a couple months once this is out of the Black Lion chest for a few months, and then I'll turn around and I'll sell it for probably double that price and buy a different skin that I like more. They're not bad looking. I think they're an attractive set. I think very aesthetically pleasing, just not my vibe. Hearts and spiky black metal. As I said last night, I've got nothing against Panic at the Disco or My Chemical Romance, but these items are just not my vibe. These ones more are my vibe. The Void Corrupted stuff looks a little bit like oil on water or water on oil, your choice. Black, smoky, cool, edgy in a different way. And then the super rares, which I won't get. I will click open. We'll get a Black Lion statuette, a Black Lion statuette, possibly another Black Lion statuette, or even two. But a total of 2 commons, and then the 5th box, if that appears, 10% chance. We got it last night. It's random, so it's still 10%, but it never feels like it's 10%. Feels like it's 2. Will be an uncommon or better. Here we go. Nope. And not exciting. 2 tier 5 crafting items, bags. Those are for the legendaries at some point. We put away the primers. God, I need to start using primers. The Black Lion statuettes. We're going to take a moment here to save ourselves some long-term time, we hope, by taking all of these things that we're currently already at the cap on, these crafting materials, and taking some more so that we're no longer capped in them, and we're going to sell like a stack of 50 or 125 or something like that for all of them. Butter! Bear with me for a sec. I tried to do this before stream, but sadly, the trading house wasn't working. Which is an unusual happenstance. That doesn't happen very often, which kind of made it noteworthy. And this is what I do when I hit 1,250 of a material. I sell usually half a stack, so that I don't have to think about it for the next couple of months. Didn't want the 250, we wanted... What the hell? No idea what I hit, but I hit a button. Probably couldn't have been the mount button. I don't even know what the hell I hit. Pardon me, I have to yell at the cloud again. Okay, good. Yeah, you're next. And most of these are minimal value on the market. But not all of them. Some of them I just happen to have a lot of. And there's our half a stack of each. Now we'll see if we can actually sell them. Yay! There was much rejoicing. You can tell the ones that are at an actual market equilibrium price, because there's 1 copper between, in this case 2 coppers, between the buyers and sellers. In-game economics. Always interesting. Right up until someone screws up the economy. Usually the design team trying to do something positive for it, but displaying a sad lack of understanding about the economy they actually have in the game. Generally speaking, the economy is quite consistent in Guild Wars 2. Occasional exceptions. These are currently selling for less than their sell it to a vendor value. That's how many silk scraps are hanging around. $8 gold and 86 silver. And we just sell those. All right. We are at level 76, I think. 76. And because I said we were going to get there, we're going to get there. Sadly, we're going to do it the... what are you doing? Lens is a weenie method. We're going to use the books. Then we're going to gear up. I feel shame. Lasting and abiding shame. Where are my damn books? Where are my books? Where are my experience books? I'm sure they're sitting out there right in front of me and I'm just not seeing them. There they are. Tomes of knowledge, my bad. We need 4. We'll move away from the crowds of people so we don't annoy them with the poof kaboosh of leveling up. Yeah, Tomes of Knowledge. I just don't use them very often. Which is why I have so many. Oh. Hail Mighty Hero from my Herald. At some point we actually find out who our Herald is, and it's someone we've never met. I think it's in Living World Season 4? 3 or 4. Anyway. I said I was going to reach the cap, and 43 out of 45 characters are now at the cap.
You rarely see one of those.
You rarely see one of those. Put all those away. Throw that one away. Open that up. Sell the Balthazar rune. Inquest activity at the Crucible of Eternity. Thanks for letting me know. Dazzling new attraction, Lion's Arch. Thanks for letting me know. Training, we have 57 points. And we're going with Gale Shot on this character. Gale Shot. At least eventually. Just checking at various stuff. Generally, Gale Shot power? It is, isn't it? Looks like that's pretty much power. Yeah, I think it is. Then all we need is Berserker gear, right? You can at least get started with that. For those who've never seen it, the best way to find, in this particular case, Berserker stat gear is not to look up Berserker. Just to come over here, jiggle up. Why does it keep doing that to me? Level 80, we want exotic, and we want another filter is showing up. There we go. Power, precision, and ferocity. And then you sort by price. You'll know Berserker's chest costs 4 gold 20. But Nika's coat is less than a gold. This will allow you, if you're going for Berserker stats, which are standard for, I want to go most power specializations, you can get a whole set for 5 or 6 gold for the armor. Obviously, you're going to want the other bits and pieces as well. But always do the search for stats. Note that that stat collection of power, precision, and ferocity will also get you Assassin's gear, Marauder's gear, and so on. If they have 3 or more of them, Celestial should be in here somewhere as well. Yep, Celestial. No, Celestial's expensive. If you have a crafter, you can get a single recipe. If you have an armor crafter, or leather crafter, or cloth crafter, or steel armor crafter of the right level, there is a recipe that will produce all 6 pieces of like Celestial, and it's going to be significantly cheaper than buying it off the auction house if you have a crafter at a high enough level. So what we're looking for are Nika's. We'll grab that. I mean, theoretically, if you're willing to wait, you can undercut or overcut, I guess, the buyer price and probably get one cheaper. Pants are a little more expensive because you want them to be slimming. You don't want them to make your ass look big. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about that because my ass makes my ass look big. A little higher price than I'm used to. They're all, looks like all but the chest piece are over a gold. Okay, boots aren't, barely. Back pieces can also be expensive because nothing shows up by default. I believe the back pieces, I think you've got to search for like level 60s. It's been a while since I kitted out a character that I didn't need something specific for, like Celestial, so I make the Celestial myself. This would have been, cheaper, but a lot more involved to do that way here. But we will equip all of these. And now we've got the armor, at least, of a Nika's set. Looks, it actually looks more thiefy, but then thieves would have the same type of armor if they're going with Berserkers. But you'll note we don't have relic. Neck to accessories, earrings and earrings? Yeah, earrings and earrings we don't have. Most importantly, of course, by default, these have ebony and cocoa. But we can do better. That's not really better. That's shockingly not better. Buy exotics from the World v World merchants. You can select the stats. Ah, yeah, if you've got some of the World v World currencies, that is correct. At least I assume they require some of the World v World currencies. Maybe they're just gold. That is appalling. Wow. That yellow is vision, by the way, in case you want blinding yellow. These are just looking really, really random right now. That wouldn't be bad. But frankly, we're actually not even gonna... That's not bad. Because at some point we're just going to equip him with a look of my own. But for now, that's fine. So I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. I'll be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, with Marvel Heroes tomorrow. Tuesday might be back on this character and get him all of his necessary hero points from BOE. But for now, this and tomorrow, Marvel Heroes. I currently have, speaking of numbers, here is 43 out of 45 characters at the level cap. There it is 62 out of 63 characters at the level cap. I have one more character to go. It's X23. I'll be leveling them up in Midtown to start. Then a little bit in the storyline. Then we'll open up a box with a whole bunch of uniques. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to do from there. So Tuesday, I expect to be back here with this character, getting their all their hero points taken care of, getting them their full spec, maybe even trying to learn a little bit about Gale Shot. I played it a very small amount. But that's going to do it for me. As always, thank you guys very much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Sunday night goes great. As always, I try to set an achievable goal. I hope your upcoming work week doesn't suck. I'll be playing in about 2 hours. About an hour, sorry. And it's usually, I'll be doing a raid, a static group. It's usually anywhere from 3 to 5 of them are streaming it. So if you look for an Engelbert Meow, a Malcolmist TV, Gwenokami, these are all the most likely culprits to be streaming. There are a couple others who might be doing it as well. I'm not sure what we're rating this week, which wing. But my mordant commentary will be audible in the background. I will not be streaming. I'll be dying and just cursing up a storm that no one can hear but maybe my upstairs neighbor. Anyway, I am out for the night. I hope the rest of your Sunday/Monday goes great. Take care and ciao for now. Bye, guys.